And we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Check the color. Got a nose. This bloody camera makes me crazy. Oh, you're looking gorgeous, Kris.
Rock, bro. This is like gonna blow, baby.
Oh boy.
We have an unsafe bomb.
I think all of our bombs are unsafe, especially the ones that say not intended for indoor use.
No, these look pretty hard.
Hello, Edward. Hello, Scott Dunbar. How are you?
These look pretty hardcore.
Scott, we are very eagerly awaiting the book. Hey, Ford.
Yeah, because I can
Edward
close
says
the
good,
doors
thank
of continuity.
Thank you for joining us, Edward. You are a new face. I haven't seen you there before.
Okay. Do I need to
Hey, Greg. Greg Harper is joining us on YouTube today. Scott wants to know, did you see the PDFs? Well, Kris saw the PDFs. I did not. And Marilyn saw the
Kris and
PDFs.
Marilyn saw the PDFs. I did show you your name, didn't I?
No.
No. No. Oh, well.
You showed it to me in the way that Dad used to display comic books when we were doing the shows.
Gotcha.
Your name is here.
It's on my desk.
It's okay. I want to see the finished product. I want to see the finished product. Keep on pushing back. Print date.
Yeah, now we can't even get it in the harbor and onto the docks to get it. So this book isn't going to come out for 5 years now.
I'll take a rowboat out and go get it.
We're going to have to go to China and airplane them in or something.
I'll rent a yacht. We'll go get it. And Greg Harper is on with us on Facebook too. He's on YouTube.
He's got the double.
Oh my goodness. Joseph is calling us now. I'm going to have to text him. My pal.
Your pal. So, how is everybody tonight? Phil is on with us. White wine again? No, it's
Sprite.
We either have paper cups.
Scott says it'll be West Coast. So maybe they're shipping it in, but it's coming in.
Believe me, the East Coast is
the West Coast isn't going to
The West Coast is going, baby. You must be nuts to think that Seattle is going to stay open and the whole East Coast is down. This is the end of the world as we know it. We all thought it was going to be the weather, or it was going to be, I don't know what we thought it was going to be, a nuclear explosion, but really what it's going to be is that the boats can't come in and get unloaded is what's going to take us out.
Phil Henrique says just got back 4 Adams prints from the framers yesterday.
Nice.
Are we going to be posting pictures of them in their frames so the rest of the class can see?
Are we sharing?
Did you bring enough for everybody?
So, anyway, we're going to start in a couple minutes here. We came on at exactly 7:30, which is amazing because we learned to be late from our father. I just read actually a letter that Neal wrote to Paul Levitz in regards to being accused of being late on the Green Lantern Green Arrow series. And it actually was pretty interesting.
Yes, I will post on Neal Adams' page. Hope to have up by the weekend.
Nice.
Scott says, at least we have a stable political scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also he says already gearing up for Halloween. We were gearing up for Halloween like 3 weeks ago, me and Chris. We're there.
Yeah, I actually
now.
had I forgot my Halloween thing tonight. But
When's
yeah,
the
my
Halloween
ghosts
thing?
are up. We're starting. We have a pumpkin and the ghosts are up. So that's the beginning. Got to slow it down because we go crazy. Like you guys saw, we made 2 films last year for Halloween.
We did.
And we're worried we outdid ourselves last year and we really haven't locked down what we're doing this year. We have no idea.
I have ideas.
Oh, Zeea has ideas, which is never a good sign.
Oh, it's always a good sign. The hard part is going to be picking which one and can we actually do it.
Ugh. I'm sure we can. Anyway, all right. Are we ready
Well,
to
it will
start?
be very B movie. Not even B, it'll be like C movie.
Okay. Well, first of all, to our friends who are celebrating Rosh Hashanah tonight,
Rosh Hashanah.
have a happy Rosh Hashanah.
I just like saying it.
I like saying it too. This is when, like in the old days, you would still have to go to school, and you were jealous. Like I was always jealous because I didn't get to go with the Catholic kids to Catholic school. Like they would on Wednesdays, they would be able to leave early because they went for religious instruction, and they went up to the Catholic
but that doesn't
school.
sound like fun either.
But it was getting out of school.
Do they test you during religious instruction?
I have no idea.
All right, our Catholic school friends, when you go to religious instruction, do you get tested on it? Do you have homework?
They probably just go for like communion or something. One of those things they do. I think that's what that was for. I may be wrong.
You only have to do once.
Right. But I think that religious instruction gets you to that.
Hey, Dennis 4x4. HUL Sweet says, what is the best pumpkin spice syrup for coffee, or do you make your own? We don't do that pumpkin spice.
Yeah, we're not
stuff.
pumpkin spicers here, which is kind of amazing because you think as much as we like Halloween. I actually had I did Dunkin' Donuts, right? I did a Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice, and I didn't like it. So, no, we don't do that here at Continuity. Neal Adams says no pumpkin spice in coffee, just chocolate and coffee. Dad was like a mad scientist when he could go to like a 9/11.
He says, okay, no spicers.
Is it 9/11?
What?
The grocery store that Dad used to make his coffee concoction. 7-Eleven.
9/11 is a completely different animal.
7-Eleven. I didn't grow up in Long Island. So anyway, 7-Elevens. When 7-Eleven opened up that you can make your own coffees, Dad would go in like it was like a science lab experiment of hot chocolate and coffee and milk and foam and all kinds of stuff. And it would be like a 20-minute coffee making experiment that like, oh, Dad, just like get your coffee and let's go. No spicers, sorry. No spicers. So now I'm waiting for Zeea, then we're going to start. What are you waiting? Message. Okay.
All right, he's going to send me the information.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, see.
Well, we get started off our name.
That's true. Okay, so we have a couple of things. I don't know if we're going to have a big group tonight or a small group tonight, but I figure I'll start.
Scott.
I'll start anyway.
Scott says he's got to get back to work. I'll let you know when I approve the final book. Should be by next week.
Okay. I'm good, so don't worry about me. Like you made the changes I was looking for, so I'm now good. Okay. Hopefully the book will come out soon. It looks fantastic. Even I was shocked at some of the stuff that I almost said some of the shit. Some of the stuff that he found of Dad's work. Even I was like, wow. Like I haven't seen that in ages. So when you guys finally get to see the book, which even I've only seen is small, I haven't seen it to size yet. It's
Carlos is asking what was Dad's favorite season of the year. I think he liked all because summer we would go to the beach. Dad liked to body surf.
Dad liked Christmas.
Dad loved Christmas.
He loved Thanksgiving.
But he also liked to go skiing in the winter. So I don't think you had.
See, the first thing that came
season.
into my mind was what season makes the most amount of money.
Yeah, there's that.
Which then I would have to go summer for conventions.
But there was something special, I think, for Dad when it came to Thanksgiving and Christmas, because one of, I think, the second to last or third to last Thanksgiving before Dad passed, and it's like not long after Mom had passed, that Dad stood at the table and was saying that he started off,
Yeah.
it was just him and his sister and his mom. And to look at the table of like how big his family has grown, just like I think
now
that
we're
meant a lot to Dad.
Yeah, we used to fit in on one table in a restaurant. Now we fit like 6 tables in a restaurant.
Yeah, the family has grown exponentially, right. And I think that meant a lot. I mean, family, as much as we all make each other crazy, family meant a lot to Dad.
Yeah. And when he could feed us, because Dad had a lot of holidays in his lifetime.
Yeah.
Where there wasn't
it was
food on
scarce.
The holidays.
And Dad liked to feed other people. It's like if you ever went into a restaurant with Dad would pick up the check.
Yeah. So him being able to feed all of us very well at his house was also a very big thing for him. All right, so I think we just voted. It may have been Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah. I think just like on a personal level. On a business level, it's whenever he made the most money.
Which I would say is summer, because that's when all the big conventions are.
Yeah.
But that was me just being joking. So.
But when it came to Dad and coffee, he liked it half hot chocolate, half coffee.
I mean,
his coffee he liked light and sweet.
He worked hard and he played hard.
Yeah.
You know, like when we worked hard as a family, and you like all of us work here. Yeah. Like, you know, everyone, even his grandchildren have worked here.
Yep.
You know, off and on. But you know, when we work very hard. It was lots of long hours. It was lots of weekends. You know, there barely were holidays in some ways. But when we took off for, you know, Christmas, it was like Christmas started at 10 o'clock and did not end till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And it just was like anyone who dated, anyone in our family would go, I've never seen a Christmas like that ever.
I know, it was insane.
It was an insane amount of presents with an insane amount of food. And he just worked hard and played hard. You know, when he took off, he took off. When we had a summer house and we went to the beach, we went to the beach.
And you had to body surf.
And when we went bowling, we went bowling. How many
times did Dad almost drown out in the Hamptons?
2 or 3 times that he talked about. So anyway, so much for Dad.
I know I was there for one of them, but I was so young and Dad's like flailing his arms out. I'm like, hey, Dad. And somebody went and got him.
I thought he got himself out. Somebody had to go get him?
One of the time. Well, one of the time I was there, people went out to
I was never there when he drowned himself. So Dad used to get caught up in riptides.
Yeah.
Like if there's a riptide, it would catch Dad. Wouldn't catch any of the rest of us. Dad would catch Dad.
Dad always loved to tell the story afterwards. I almost died.
Well, I think he has some story on Patreon. But I think it was him and Kenny drowning. Anyway.
Kenny drowning.
Yes. Anyway. Dad, like I said, Dad worked hard. Dad played hard. Dad did everything hard. So my first piece for tonight, and we can still talk about Dad in between pieces here. My first piece tonight is a 8.5 by 11 Batman. Pencil and ink Neal for 2000. Now, the way, if this is a piece you're interested in and you would like to purchase it, you would write that in the comment bar the same way everybody has said hello tonight or asked about, does Neal like pumpkin spice in his coffee? The same way you would write claiming Batman side eye is what we call this piece. So then we will recognize that that's what you like. We will make sure we have your name and that we will make big noise like this. We'll blow a bomb and then we'll make sure for you to then direct message us your name that you use, the name that is your real name, the address where we're shipping, and an email for us to be able to get in touch with you. We will then invoice you a PayPal invoice, and then once you pay it, then we ship it out. So we also on artwork have a payment plan. The way our payment plan works is if you want to put 1/3 down as your holding down payment, you make payments every month, which you decide how much that payment will be. It can slide anywhere from $20 to whatever you might want it to be. Obviously, the faster you pay it, the faster you get the piece of artwork. We hold the artwork till it's completely paid off, and then when it is completely paid off, we ship it out. So it's very easy. There's no penalties. There's no interest payments. All we ask is for you to monthly make a payment towards your piece so that I don't have to find you 6 months later. When did you buy the piece? I have no idea. And I have to go back like 100 people to find you. So it's much easier if everybody makes a payment once a month. And, you know, the payment plan was not designed to be abused, you know, where like, well, when I think about it, every 8 months I make a payment. That isn't why we did this. We did it so that everybody would be able to purchase a Neal Adams piece of art. And, you know, it keeps our company going when you make monthly payments. So we would love if everybody would follow that and not abuse it too much. So my first piece, like I said, is a Batman piece. He is 8.5 by 11. He is pencil and ink Neal. He is $2,000 to buy, and he is a signed piece. So we're we on YouTube tonight too?
We are on YouTube,
Okay.
yes.
So we're panning and scanning tonight is what we're doing. Or we're not panning and scanning.
On
I
the
don't know
ones
what
that
we're
we
doing.
have scan pans, yes. So
Okay.
I'm just
I know you're
wheeling and
texting.
dealing over here. We're making deals over here. Where is he? There he is. There he is.
Okay, so if you're on YouTube or you're on Neal Adams Facebook, you'll be able to see this piece bigger because we do a scan and pan of the original art so that you can see the line work on it. If you're on Instagram, it makes sense to jump over to Facebook or go on Neal's YouTube. The Facebook one is Neal Adams Comic Artist, and YouTube is
NealAdams.com, and that's Neal Adams, DOTCOM.
right. So dot, like a circle dot, DOT. Okay, so
My
that
phone is exploding ever since we started.
okay. So this is our first piece for the night. Yay!
It's a pretty sweet piece for the first piece for the night.
It is a pretty sweet piece for the first piece. Okay, second piece for the night. We have the 2004 Green Lantern Green Arrow Collection Volume 2. Now this is Neal's pencil because Neal took this, blew it up on our copier, and then penciled lately and inked his cover for the 2004 Green Lantern Green Arrow Collection Volume 2. So Hal Jordan, Green Arrow, fighting. This is part of that hard traveling heroes.
Heroes that travel hard.
Heroes that travel hard. Small difference of ideologies. This is Neal's pencil.
Which is done in ink.
slash layout for
Tight
the cover.
layout.
But it's a very tight layout.
That's very
It is a pencil. $4,000 is the price for this piece. And I would say it's probably 9 by 12.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
Because it's
You,
on that tracing
I
paper.
was gonna say you had your ruler there.
So 4,000, great piece.
Pretty gorgeous.
Okay.
And anybody who is new to us is welcome to just say hi, so we get to see you and see your name, and we know you're new.
Andrew Kate is watching tonight.
And of course, we love our regular guys that come and see us every week
Right. So we have.
and are surprisingly not bored of us yet.
Okay, I'm gonna do some of these because I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, this one. I love this one.
Hello, Andrew. So these are remarks on comics. And the comics we try and keep in good shape. They tend to live on our back shelf back here. So this is Joker from the Joker series that I would say more recently came out. It has been, was that pre-COVID that this came out or during
Yes, this was
COVID?
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. So pre-COVID.
Actually, no. Wait, let me think. Because it was right before sepsis. So it
was
post.
during COVID.
It was during COVID.
During
Okay,
COVID.
yeah. So
All right.
I do boop, 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 back up.
Everything is either pre-sepsis with dad or pre-COVID or after COVID.
Yes.
So this is like kind of during COVID, actually. We worked on a series of covers for a
State of Comics
retailer, and he hired us to do 6 covers, and he wanted them to all reflect Neal's top Batman covers. So this is issue number 4.
4. And Fernando Roberts says, I like the colors of the Cape Crusader over time. Me too. I like coloring the Cape Crusader.
So this is a cover that Neal did. Obviously, it's based on the famous Ra's al Ghul cover, except this time Joker's on the ground and Commissioner Gordon has his clothes. But the nice thing is Neal drew a original Joker head on there. That big Joker head that covers the Joker logo is very large. That is an original pen and ink remark by Neal.
With some paint.
With paint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very rare. It's also very rare that Neal did a front on, because usually when Neal does remarks, they're generally profiles.
Yep, and this is a very friendly Joker, and I love this one.
Right. So this is rare. It is $700 to buy. It is signed by Neal, and it is a very large remark.
Andrew Kate says, wasn't Fantastic Four smack in the middle of COVID?
It felt that way, unfortunately. I think that's why most people don't even know it exists. You know, it's a kind of not talked about comic.
Yeah. That happened smack in the middle of COVID, and these covers, sort of towards the tail end, is when Dad hit the sepsis.
Yeah. Because we actually asked Bill to fill in for Dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. My next one is, I actually have 2 of these. So I have 2 Batman remarks that are also done in color. So remark is original art drawn by Neal on the cover. This is the Detective Comic 400, Batman, Robin, and Batgirl.
Right, and these are facsimiles. We cannot stress that enough. These are facsimiles of the comics with original remarks on them.
Right. So we have 2 of them, and we sell these for $500
each. Yep.
Now, since these are original art remarks, this can go into our payment plan of artwork. Because like I said, anything that's artwork on it can go into the payment plan. So once again, Batman remarks, pencil, ink, and color, Neal. Both of these are $500 each. And it is a facsimile edition. Because when we first showed these, everybody went nuts.
Yeah, I know.
And thought we drew on the old comics. But that is not true. So $500 for nice color remarks of Batman by Neal. Okay. I have a larger Batman remark that has no color.
Fortunately, this one, he doesn't need color to stand out.
Right, he's right underneath Robin's head. This is part of Neal's 27 covers, which once again was an homage to himself, which DC asked us to do. They wanted Neal to pencil them, and different inkers or different artists got to ink Neal. So in this case, it is on a cover that is penciled by Neal and inked by Bill Sienkiewicz. And again, it is changing out different people. And it has a giant Batman original remark underneath Robin's head. And we're asking $600 for this remark. And all of these are pretty large remarks.
Yep.
Especially compared to some artists out there. So nice size remarks by Neal.
And more detailed than a lot of artists out there.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot more to them.
This one is our X-Men Red variant cover that we did for, I believe, Rhode Island. This was Continuity's variant cover. And up in the top, next to the X, is obviously Cyclops as a remark by Neal. And what's cool is he was always really good at using other aspects of the cover to become part of the remark. I mean, Dad was always thinking. Like, the brain was always thinking. What could I lift that's kind of like the head, and then if I add to it? So obviously he's using, I think that's angel's wings.
Yeah.
To kind of form the helmet of
Right. But he also worked around the body of Angel, so
right.
He's only crossing over the wings and not the actual figure.
Mm-hmm. So again, nice large remark by Neal of Cyclops on X-Men. I think this is an X-Men #1 variant cover. Okay. I will put this one back in here. Okay, so is anybody looking for anything tonight, or I should just keep going?
Let me zoom out and show everybody what's around you so they can better judge.
I just had a soda burp.
A little bright. Sorry about that.
We have a really nice Green Lantern painting by Neal behind me to my left. That is an original painting by Neal of Hal Jordan. Just get weird. Okay.
Fernandez says, I recall talking about Moshulu Parkway.
Marshall Parkway.
And you told me your family was around there. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes. We lived up on 210th Street on Wayne Avenue and between Bainbridge and Gun Hill and Wayne. So we were up near the hospital. Marshall Parkway is where we went sledding, and I had crazy parents who believed in sledding into the parkway.
Well, didn't we all sled into the parkway?
I think we all slid into the parkway.
Whether the parents were involved or not.
Exactly. So to my left, I have a Green Lantern Hal Jordan original painting by Neal. Do you remember what the size of this was, or do I have to measure it?
I think we have to measure
Okay.
it. Here.
Zeea will measure it.
This is 40 by
40 inches.
30. So 30 by 40.
Okay. Thank you, Zeea, my
You are
lovely
welcome.
assistant. Measure.
Lord knows you need one.
So this is a piece that actually, if you go to old videos from our original Neal Adams site, you can see this was always at the very end of our conference room table through most of the shows, actually. And Neal was working on it at that point and then finally finished it. But he never signed this piece.
Nope.
So this piece will get a certificate of authenticity that will go wherever it goes. But it is a gorgeous piece. We've done a giclée of this piece, and people love the giclée that they bought of it. It's very colorful in that it has the bright orange and yellow up against the nice green. And it is a gorgeous piece, and it is for sale. If you'd like to, if you'd like to find out more about it, you can always direct message us, and we'll gladly give you more information about it. But I just liked it because it's bright and it's kind of orangey for Halloween. So we pulled it back out and have it back out on display tonight. But it is for sale if anybody is interested in buying that. Like I said, just direct message us and we'll gladly talk more about that piece.
Our music was getting weird.
Our music was
It's in the background. I don't know where that was coming from.
Okay, so I also wanted to bring out, this is the Hard Traveling Heroes Omnibus edition,
Omnibus.
which apparently is coming out November 5th to retailers. And Kris somehow got copies. Ooh. And it has Neal and Denny's collection, but it also has Mike Grell and a lot of other people's hard traveling hero stories. So like I said, this is the omnibus of hard traveling heroes. So it's not just Neal and Denny. It is Mike Grell. It is everybody else, which you probably know better who that is, and even myself. This is what the book looks like. It retails for $125. I am selling these, pre-selling them. I have 12 of them that I'm going to sell for $100. They retail at $125. I'm going to sell at $100, but I am packing them like this. So you get all this kind of cool stuff with it. It gets a green Lantern Hal Jordan mask. It comes with green Post-its. It comes with green tea. It has a green highlighter. It has a bookmark of Green Lantern, Green Arrow. And it has one of Zea's Neal Adams postcards with that. Nice. So we're selling our cute little package, which I think would make a great Christmas present. It will not have a pumpkin on it. I just put the pumpkin sticker on it for Halloween. And it has dumb sayings from me and Z, which is actually part of the book, which would be beware my power. I almost for the what's for dinner, green eggs and ham, which is not in the book. No evil shall escape my sight. And like I said, we're selling them like this with all that cool stuff in it, which makes for a great, cool Christmas present or a present for the holidays. We're selling all this for $100. It retails at $125. I have 12 of these that I'm going to take pre-orders on.
Okay. $145. You can order through us, but we cannot ship until
November 5th.
November 5th.
Or
Only
before
because
November 5th. I'll make sure you get it the day the stores get it.
Right. So yeah, we cannot get these to you before the stores get them, but you can order them from us. They will get to you when the stores get theirs.
I mean, I don't know if the stores are going to get theirs early and they're going to release, if they're going to release them early. Even if you look on Amazon, you'll notice that the cover that Amazon is promoting is not the same cover that they actually did, which I can tell you by running a comic store. When you got what they were doing, half the time you did not get the cover. But obviously somebody had a change of thought on the cover. So the cover is different. But like I said, if you go on Amazon, Amazon has it up for $125. We're selling our copy for $100, and it comes with all this cute stuff with it.
And if you would like to purchase one and get it when they come out, all you have to do is say claim Hard Traveling Heroes pack. We will verbally acknowledge that we have seen your claim. We will probably set off one of our little confetti bombs. And then after that, we will ask you to direct message us with your name, your PayPal email address, and your mailing address. And we'll go from there. And Robert Fernandez says, I used to get my comics around there. Imagine I was walking where comics were royalty. It's talking about the Bronx. The Bronx. Randy, I will not be at the American Legion show in Long Island on Sunday. I didn't even know there was one. Otherwise, I might have been. But no, I will not be there. Hey, Bill Schaefer and El Sweet says, don't throw that one out the window.
This one?
Yeah.
No, you could definitely kill somebody with this book.
You wouldn't even have to throw it out the window.
I mean, it's a nice little gift box in a way. Comes with cool stuff. You get a nice green tea. I was almost going to put in some facial.
And we might still.
And in the winter, when it's one of those kind of cold days and you feel like reading Hard Traveling Heroes, and you can put on your little Hal Jordan mask and read away on a nice wintry day. And it's a cute little package. It comes with little Post-it so you can even hold your page.
That's okay, El Sweet. If you order one, we'll put in a set of floaties so it'll make it to you in Germany. They do it the first Sunday of every month except July and September because of the holidays. Oh, okay. Skullcap Savant says, I wonder how much Neal had to do with that quotient. You mean how much of Neal's work is in that book? Is that
half? It's almost half the book is Denny and Neal. I just don't want to crack the plastic. And we, as our sample, did the book that was open.
Because, we can't resist.
But I would say it's a slightly less than half, but not by much. So here is the width of the book.
Yeah, it's a fat book.
It's a fat book. I mean, Neal and Denny did a number of issues.
Yep, and actually on the back side of the bookmark that comes with it has everything of Neal and Denny's that's in the book.
Yeah, we kind of made a bookmark.
Which has Black Canary on it, of course, because we got to have Black Canary. And then on the back side, I believe, is a list of what's in there.
Yeah.
Yes, we are aware that Batman got his Hollywood star last week.
And we think that's very cool.
He says, I wonder, had Neal not done such a job with defining, or I should say redefining the character, would he have ever gotten one? Luckily enough, we never have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, the chronologic time table, is, I mean, would it have happened now? Would it have happened 10 years later? What if Frank Miller never came along? What if
Adam West never
Marshall Rogers never came along? What if the TV show never came along? What if the animation never came along? What if the movies never came along? Yeah. I don't think if it was just Neal, that star would have happened. But I think when you put all of that together, a star on the Walk of Fame, Walk of Fame, star on the Walk of Fame, right? That happened due to all those pieces falling into place.
All right, Robert, we are taking orders for these now, but like I said, we have to ship them so that they get to you when they are available in the stores. We are not permitted to get them to our buyers before they're
Yeah,
out
I mean, if
in
they
the stores.
if they release it early, if the stores release it early, we will release it early. I don't know why I got my copies
so early?
so early, and it wasn't until I looked up what Amazon was offering that I realized this isn't coming out till November 5th. Because to be perfectly honest, I'm going to be making the Brave and the Bold books that we have the same way, except I'm going to be putting Batman stuff
Right.
on it. And we just figured for the holidays, this makes for a nice present either for yourself or for somebody
Would you stop moving them?
you might know.
Jesus Christ, woman.
Going home now.
I gotta run 2 cameras. I'm chasing you all over the table. Just playing hockey with you.
So we just
but if you do decide to order one, we will need you to make the payment at the time that you order it. Not wait until it's ship time.
right.
Because like Kris said, we've only got 12 of these,
Right.
and people are going to want these, so that's why we have to.
Right.
If
And
you want
usually
it, you have to lock down your order.
Right. Usually when I get a book, it's usually a week ahead.
Yeah.
Not a month ahead. So it was surprising even to Kris to find out that, wait a minute, this doesn't come out for a month. I should have done the Batman books. God damn it.
It's okay.
But I liked it so much I wanted to share it.
Well, if this is a popular packaging, we may do more like this.
Right.
You never know. As El Sweet said, you made such a nice package.
It's a very cool package. Like everyone would have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I want to play with the Green Lantern mask. So
yeah, the Green Lantern masks are fun.
Right. So this is available, and like I said, we're charging $100 for those. And that's pretty cool. All right, moving along.
Rolling. Keep that up, rolling.
I have an 11 by 14 Wonder Woman by Neal. This is pencil, ink, and color. All Neal for $2,500. Very beautiful Wonder Woman. I would say she is a comic book Wonder Woman versus Neal has done a lot of Gal Gadot Wonder Woman pieces out there. This, I would say, is truly a comic book Wonder Woman piece.
Yes. Gal was not built that way.
2,500, 11 by 14 is the size. It is a signed piece by Neal for 2,500. I have a smaller 8.5 by 11 Batman by Neal, pen and ink. I go this way. For 1,500. It is a signed piece by Neal.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, I don't think this one doesn't have one of those tags. So I don't think we ever scanned this one. So once again, 8.5 by 11, Batman, signed by Neal, 1,500. I would say this is a very classic Neal Adams Batman.
Bill Schaefer says, soups?
Soups is, we have Soups is still here. Actually, I have a really interesting Soups. I can find Soups. I can find him easily. He's also very delicate. I don't know what end he ended up in. My pile got mixed today. We may have to wait.
Yeah.
I do have a really good, cool Soups.
Bill, you're just going to have to stick with us.
I think so. Okay.
No skipping ahead.
So we have an 8.5 by 11 size paper for 1,800, I think? 1,200.
See, that's even better.
1,200. Signed piece by Neal of Dead Man. This is pencil, ink, and color. All Neal. signed by Neal. And like I've been saying, Dead Man is actually a very, I don't know if that's mine. No, that is. Look, Jason was putting his bottle down. I'll try to clear the copier.
Bill says never bury soups.
Never bury soups. Okay. I will try not to. Dead Man was an important character to Neal, and Neal loved Dead Man.
Yeah.
I think Neal loved Dead Man because he grew up at Coney Island. So Dead Man kind of has a little bit of like craziness of an amusement park, circus type thing going on. Neal ended up doing a lot of writing on Dead Man in the end, so it became a little bit more personal.
And you get to be a little trippy.
A little trippy, exactly. So $1,200 for Dead Man.
And we got to see Baba Ganoush.
And we got to see Baba Ganoush. We like to call him. We recently dug up this Muhammad Ali that we had. Pen and ink Neal. Again, paper size is 8.5 by 11 for $900.
Ooh, he is so pretty.
And he can be colored by Zeea for a slightly additional money.
And ooh, he'll be even more pretty.
And it is signed by Nick, right?
It is signed, yes.
So $900 for Muhammad Ali, the man who drew Superman versus Muhammad Ali, and the man that Muhammad Ali's family was happy with the artist who was drawing Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And rumor is that during his later fights, he actually had ripped apart some Superman versus Muhammad Ali comics and actually hung inside pages up on his wall in his workout room or whatever it was he was working out in at his house. So $900 for Ali by Neal Adams, which actually Neal's and Denny's Superman versus Muhammad Ali facsimile edition actually just came out, I want to say like a month ago.
Nice.
Well, that was nice to see.
Yeah, one thing you can rely on Dad on is likenesses.
Yeah. Next up, I have a Joker. Once again, on the 8.5 by 11 paper. Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal for
$600.
$600. And that's a nice Joker piece. And we're right down to our last couple of Joker pieces. I found it.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice Superman.
So this piece I just found in the drawer. Now this is based on, I believe, the pencil that Neal did for the Alex Ross painted cover.
Nice and tight on that one.
Yeah. This is a really nice pencil by Neal. It is on, looks like 17 inches tall by 12 inches wide. 11 inches wide, probably. 11/17. Right. 11/17 is the paper size. It is Neal's pencil. I don't think this is signed.
Unless it's under your poster.
Yeah,
I don't see
think
one.
it's signed because this was his pencil layout. But we just recently located this. $5,000 is the asking price for this wonderful Superman, basically based on the Kryptonite Nevermore.
And as is typical of Dad in pieces like this, we had a Thor piece that was similarly penciled where the head and the body was tight, and as you got further away from the torso, it kind of got looser. It's because Dad really knew what was going to go on there. He just wanted to get the detail in the more important areas nailed.
Right. Very nice. I have a similar Neal sketch with remark colored. Nice. That's very nice. Okay, next step is Dark Phoenix.
Oh, my girl.
Dark Phoenix is 8.5 by 11. Pen and ink is Neal's sign piece, colored by Jason. Additional color with white paint by Zeea. $1,000 is the asking price.
And she is stunning in real life.
And in this case, we do have a pan and scan of it.
Yep.
So it really pops. It's very dark on camera when we don't do the pan and scan. I would say the pan and scan is more what it really does look like, not when it looks dark. And it is signed at the top. It is $1,000 is what we are asking for Dark Phoenix. I'm hopping tonight.
Oh, we got a Hulk cover.
Right, now this is a published cover. It is Hulk, which there are not many Hulk covers at all out there by Neal Adams. Matter of fact, I believe this is the only cover. It was a variant number 1 Hulk for Marvel. It is $12,000 to buy. And I do not believe it is signed by Neal, so a certificate.
Yes, it is signed
it
by
is signed by
yeah.
Neal? Sorry, it is signed by
No,
Neal.
it's on the left-hand side, just under his fist.
Ah.
I didn't get there yet, but I'm there now.
Oh, I see it. So once again, pen and ink Neal. $12,000 is the asking price for Hulk. This is the only published Hulk cover Neal ever did. Obviously, it's an homage to Breaking Chains.
Mm-hmm. That old Kryptonite Nevermore, just can't get away from it.
And $12,000 is the price on this. And it is signed by Neal. All right, I have a Superman. It's 11 by 14, Soup's Bleeding Kryptonite. Is he?
Yep. Well, he's standing under a kryptonite light.
Right.
And he's
Exactly.
bleeding, so somebody messed with him.
So this is one of Neal's storylines for Superman, which he was playing with in Coming Up with the Superman, which was a 4 or 5 issue series that Neal did after Batman Odyssey. Anyone who buys a cover should get a certificate of authenticity. Regular art is for the wall. Covers are investments. And that is true. When you buy a cover, it is an investment. Actually, I think when you buy all of Neal's art, it's an investment.
Yeah. The value of Dad's art only ever goes up.
You know, I remember when we used to sell Dad's pages for like $150 or $200. And now they go for a whole lot more. So, and to say that it's top dollar now, I don't see it ending here. I see it getting more expensive over time. So 11 by 14 is the size. Nice Superman piece. $2,000 is the asking price. This is pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is Jason Adams. And it is a signed piece by Neal.
Oops. Neal plastic.
My plastic. Okay. I need my information here. Okay, this is an original pen and ink by Neal based on a Jim Lee piece. So it's a piece that Jim Lee has drawn. And just like people draw Neal's pieces, Neal drew a Jim Lee piece of Batman and Catwoman in the rain. He even writes at the bottom,
From Jim Lee.
right, based on Jim Lee. So this is 18,000.
A lot of line work in there.
Yep. And it is on cover stock paper. So a beautiful piece by Neal. Again, it's based on Jim Lee, which is why it looks like Jim Lee. And
How Sweet says, haven't seen that for some time. Museum piece.
exactly. So sometimes we put pieces away, sometimes we pull other pieces out. Depends on how we're feeling.
Mm.
Okay, so in this case, I have an
Avengers layout.
Avengers layout by Neal. Now this is a layout that Neal submitted to Marvel, and he loved it so much that he went ahead and did it as a finish. Marvel wasn't going in this direction with their comic at the time. Neal kind of did this during WandaVision. So Neal went ahead and did a finished piece that, again, never became a cover, but it's obviously cover quality. This is the layout for it. We sell this for $5,000. And then this is Neal's finished piece. Of that layout.
Very beautifully worked there. And we've got Vision, Wanda, and Ant-Man.
And again, it wasn't picked up by Marvel because it was not the direction they were doing with their comics. So they loved it, but it, in their minds, didn't fit. So again, I have the original finish, and we have the original layout. Okay, next up, I have a Green Arrow original published cover from Rebirth number 14. This is the original finished cover for, is it 12?
12,000.
12,000. So this is pen and ink Neal, and it is Merlin, a character created by Neal, busy shooting an arrow right into Green Arrow's face.
In your face. Sorry, that wasn't very nice.
Right, pen and ink Neal for 12, and this is the layout. For 600 of that cover. And again, this is a character created by Neal, Merlin.
Malcolm Merlin.
And he's not liking Green Arrow.
No, he's a little pissed.
And here is the finished cover. So again, it was the layout I showed, the finished cover, the published cover, and I'm showing you the comic book. $600 for the layout, $12,000 for the original published cover. All right, I have another Batman piece. 11 by 14. This is pen and ink Neal with white paint. And he is $9,000 to buy.
4.
Oh, 4,000. The way it was crossed.
I know, no. I look at you going high, and I'm like, no, it's lower.
4,000 should be nice.
Isn't that nice?
4,000. To me, this is like the perfect piece to buy that could hang on a living room wall because it's designed not to be intrusive. It is signed by Neal. This is 100% Neal Adams by himself. $4,000 to buy. And all that work is done with pencil shading, ink, and white paint. Next up is a Wolverine. Now this is a piece that Neal did as a cover for his first X-Men, but he stopped midway and changed. So this is not published, but it is quality, cover quality, because it was becoming the cover. He just changed his mind, went a different direction. This is $8,000 to buy.
And it's so nice he signed it twice.
This, like if I could take this signature and put it on another piece, that would be great.
If only.
So once again, $8,000 for a Wolverine. Gorgeous piece of art. Pen and ink Neal. It's really tightly inked. Great Wolverine face.
Bone claws. No adamantium here.
Okay. We have Hal Jordan, 8.5 by 11. Pen and ink Neal. Color on this is
I think this is Neal and Jason.
Neal and Jason, right?
I think Jason did the background and the airbrushing.
And Neal definitely did the face for sure. For sure. So 1,500 Hal Jordan and his ring. Don't forget my nice package for hard traveling heroes. That is the omnibus. You guys can look it up online. You can always direct message if you'd like to pre-order one. I'm selling them for $100.
I think Green Lantern's not going to take it anymore.
I don't think so. I have Superman next. Gorgeous Superman piece. Pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Zeea, the person behind my camera, who's also talking in this room with me.
Hi.
This is 2,500. Zeea did the coloring on this. That complete background is Zeea. And pen and ink Superman Neal.
I can't believe he's still here.
It's a gorgeous piece.
Why is he
Superman's a tough character because people have a real
know,
love
but
hate.
he's so beautiful.
I don't want to be a nerd. He's not Batman. He doesn't have a star on the Walk of Fame.
Beautiful, and you can tell he just went out to lunch with Dad because there's a little, stain on his pants from the lo mein.
Because that's what Superman eats, lo mein.
Well, if you go out to dinner with Dad.
So now we know Dad goes to 7-Eleven for coffee, and he eats lo mein.
Will you ladies be at New York Comic Con later this month? No, we will not.
No.
Not that I didn't apply for an artist alley table, but I, like many other artists, were rejected. They're doing a rotation, so I guess, me being upstairs counted as me being there last year.
It's Benjamin Wyman.
Benjamin, I'm waiting to find out what kind of horror chicken you want, because it's hard to wait.
So
He went and got me all excited last week, and now I've got blue pencil.
Did your family survive Florida and the storms and all
that's
that?
Right, yeah.
I worried about you, and I was worried about James Demetrio, because I think Demetrio's, he's either in South or North Carolina.
Oh, well, Randy, I'll meet you out front for chuckles.
What are you going to do with all these chuckles? I don't know. That's what we forgot to do. We forgot the chuckles in our book thing.
I don't know. They'll get squished, though.
Well, maybe. We could put chuckles in with them. Because I meant to get chuckles, and I forgot the chuckles. So, the Hard Traveling Heroes book will also come with chuckles, but if you're in Europe, I cannot send the chuckles.
Oh, wait. Or was it Brent that was going to have me do it?
I think it was Brent.
It was Brent. Brent was going to have me. Brent!
See, it's crazy, Benjamin. Don't listen to
I know B names.
So,
I just want to do the chicken. And hello, don't take my shoes.
We have 8.5 by 11 Vampirella pen and ink. Neal, color on that one is Zeea for $1,400.
Do the chicken.
Yep, all is good. We're a few miles inland. Just had a high winds. Siesta Key got hammered with storm surge. Though it's going to take weeks to months to get back to normal. Wow, that's amazing. It looks like I cannot believe. So I'm glad you're all right, though. I'm glad your family's okay. Okay, so I have an 8.5 by 11 of Green Arrow. We've been very green tonight. 1,900 in color if you'd like this color. 1,600 if you just want it in black and white. Pen and ink. Neal, 8.5 by 11, signed by Neal.
That's gonna make me wait more.
So nice Green Arrow here. Like I said, $1,900 in color, and that color would be done by Zeea. $1,600 if you want it in pen and ink the way it is. 8.5 by 11 is the size of paper.
AF Birdie, how much for what? If you're talking the Green Arrow, it was...
Green Arrow is $1,600.
And if you were talking about the Vampirella, she was $1,400.
We have
Superman
bust profile. Superman bust profile is $1,800. He is pen and ink Neal.
Pedro Sabo, you want to buy what? And if you're choosing to purchase something and you are serious about it, it's good to use claim and let us know what it is that you are claiming. And then we will verbally acknowledge that you are claiming the piece. And then we will ask you to send us a direct message with your name, PayPal, email address, and your mailing address.
So Superman pen and ink here is a signed piece by Neal. I have a 8.5 by 11 Deadman pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is Neal and Zeea. The price on this is $1,500. And it is a sign piece at the very bottom. Okay. Really nice piece there. Next up is a piece. It has auction price $600. We can auction this. Starting price is $600, or we can just sell it for $600. It is Muhammad Ali. This is a piece that was part of the ESPN subscriber magazine piece. So this is a published piece. We're asking $600 as a start price of an auction. Did Neal ever draw a Deadman where he wasn't screaming?
Yes, we actually showed it earlier.
That's true. The one earlier isn't screaming.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely given the side eye, but Benjamin, are you claiming for $600, Tweety?
Yeah, he is. Okay. I'm sure.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes they're answering somebody else's question, and sometimes we don't get all the things that don't always come up. So you could be answering somebody bidding. Okay. So Benjamin is putting $600 on this piece.
Okay.
Thank you, Benjamin, dear.
So since Neal said auction, it's starting at $600. Would anybody else like to bid? We have Benjamin Wyman at $600.
I think Dad's actually done in some of the books. There's been a panel where Deadman was smiling. So he does smile. It's just very rare. It's about as often as Batman smiles.
So would anyone else like to bid on this Muhammad Ali piece? It is a published piece from the ESPN magazine, sorry. Yes.
The word missing.
We're hitting that end of the evening, Kris. Okay, so since this is you need the maracas.
Maraca time.
Okay, I have Benjamin going once on the Muhammad Ali piece for $600. I have Benjamin going twice on the Muhammad Ali piece for $600. Anybody else would like to bid? Now's the time to do it. Going 3 times to Benjamin for $600, the Muhammad Ali piece.
Also, we just got excited over the maracas.
Sold to Benjamin Wyman for $600. Thank you, Benjamin.
Thanks, Benjamin.
I get to do a new bomb. We get to do a new bomb.
Oh, you're going to do a big one. All right. Well, let me zoom out so everybody can enjoy it.
This is not a toy.
Yeah, it's also not intended for
Adult
indoor use.
Supervision required.
Well, unfortunately, there are no adults here.
Never point at another person or animal. Point away from face or body.
I don't think I count for either one, so.
Not for use by children under 16, which according to Dad, I fit that category.
That is true.
Mentally grasp firmly with both hands, point upward before firing twist bottom base counterclockwise.
I think we were using these for like a year before we read that for indoor use.
Ready? It's gonna go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 for.
Whoa!
These are fresh. He's like blue off my pinky.
Are you okay?
Yes. I can't hear anything. I'm okay.
Elsweet says, get an adult this instant. Closest to an adult is my kid, my 16-year-old back in the corner back there.
So thank you, Benjamin.
Benjamin says, it never fails. I show up and end up buying something within 5 minutes. And Ford says, don't worry, we're all adults supervising you. No, you're not.
I think they are. You guys had called the ambulance as Zeea and I got hurt, right? And we were incapable of calling 911.
That is true. They would do that. But that does not make them adults. I've seen 5-year-olds do that.
I know. As long as somebody can get me an ambulance, I'm okay. So. Okay, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We made a mess. Okay, next up is a big Superman piece. Nope, can't do a Superman piece.
Well, it's not one of our shows if we don't make a big mess.
Right. Okay, we have Batgirl.
Alright, I don't know why y'all haven't bought Batgirl yet, because she looks freaking awesome.
Batgirl is 8.5 by 11. This is the original pen and ink is here. Original color is over here. We're selling both of these together for $1,500. And it is a signed piece by Neal of Batgirl. Get them straight. There we go.
Not cooperating. There we go.
So, 1,500 Batgirl.
All right, so the black and white is Dad's original ink, which we then took, made a copy of in order for me to color on the left. So all that background is all marker. And this is so that you can keep your original artwork, your line art, Neal's ink, pristine and untouched and virgin, as it were. And I go and sully it with my colors on a copy.
Right. What's interesting about that is you can always frame your color and you can always put away safely your pen and ink so that if the evil sun were to shine on your piece of art somehow.
Oh, I thought you meant offspring son, but okay.
That basically you would still have your black and white in perfect condition because you've hid it in a box somewhere in your house.
Out of the light.
Out of the light, like a vampire, like Dracula. So $1,500 gets you both pieces together. Color Batgirl and black and white Batgirl, or pen and ink Batgirl by Neal. Color on this is Zeea. Really nice piece. Okay, next up is Weirdo piece. Is that your phone?
Yeah, well, I have it on silent, and when I get a message, it vibrates.
It sounds like a woodpecker. Okay, this is a piece that Neal did while he was in the hospital when he had sepsis. Now, he did a Vampirella for some reason in San Julian's style. This is pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. It is $800 to buy this, and it is based on San Julian's Vampirella. But it is drawn by Neal. I think when Dad had sepsis and he had that story about being held by some weird lady princess and he was being tortured or something like that, I think that's where this comes from. So once again, he said he drew it in San Julian style, Vampirella, $800. This is pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal for $800.
Hey, Happy Towers. Beginning to wonder where you were. Spark says, well worth it. Nice. Thank you, Spark.
So it's an interesting piece by Neal. Space and that feeling, Space 1999. Now, Benjamin, I don't know if you bought Crackle or Pop or which one you bought, but I have. Well, I guess you didn't buy Crackle because I have Crackle.
So it was either Snap
or Pop. I believe you were the one that bought either one. I did find the other two. So this is Crackle. If you are the person who bought Pop or Snap, we're selling this for $100. It is pen and ink Neal. It will get a certificate of authenticity stating it is Neal. $100 for Crackle from Rice Krispies. So if you're a Rice Krispie fan and you love your cereal guys, this is a nice piece to buy. $100 for Crackle. I don't know who bought it. What somebody bought? I thought it was Benjamin that bought it. I'm sorry, but you may not be the one who bought it. You would have it.
See, I'm not the only one that remembers wrong.
I'm going to look it up and see who it belongs to because I did find the other two characters. So $100 for Mr. Crackle from Rice Krispies. All right. I'm not feeling M&M's tonight. Batman tonight. I do have a really nice Man Bat, 8.5 by 11 for $600.
Maybe Ben just bought crack. So bad. But then it was funny.
That was funny. I think I have the other one after tonight. Maybe I don't. I don't know. It's so hard to keep all of this in order. Joe Gulak is watching. Even Benjamin said Sangria knows for them. Okay, I have a very large Batman and Robin pen and ink by Neal. This is a gorgeous piece, very classic done piece. I would buy this piece. This is a Kris pick. So this is 14 inches wide by 16 inches tall. So it's a little squarish. It is a signed piece by Neal. It is pen and ink of the dynamic duo. Batman and Robin. Where's the share button? What are you sharing?
I have another potential buyer that's looking to watch our live, but he doesn't have any of the links.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get it to him.
Okay. Gorgeous piece here. Now, what I would do if I were super rich, I would get a print made of this. I would have Zeea color it.
I would have Zeea paint it.
Or paint it or airbrush it.
Mm.
And then I would keep my pristine black and white. I'd have my color. I'd hang my color in my living room because this is like such a really nice piece. This with like really nicely colored with a nice wood ornate frame. Look fantastic anywhere. But really beautiful piece. Very classic. This is an investment.
Don't cry, Felix.
I'll put it away, Felix. You don't have to look at it anymore.
No, it's what he said before that. It says description of my body based on my ex, a little squarish.
8.5 by 11, Superman. This is another Kris pick. I would buy this piece. $2,600. Gorgeous Superman piece by Neal. I love it. That's a Kris pack.
Happy Tire says, this makes me happy.
Yeah. That piece makes me happy too. Okay. Oops. Zea's still panning. Pull it away and she's still panning.
That's fine, because that gives you a chance to like swap it out and then nobody's staring at, your necklace.
What's wrong with the necklace?
Nothing is wrong with the
I was going
necklace.
to take
it's just
us over.
they can't buy it. So,
It should be colored. You're right. It would, if that piece in color, if it was colored boldly. No, he's talking about Superman now.
Oh, yes, that too.
Right. So, but I was okay, we'll do Batman. Then we're going to cut away. I need to do a cutaway, Zig.
Cut away.
11 by 14 Batman. This is another gorgeous piece. This is actually a patch piece that Neal did for the Batman Published Illustrated. I believe it was number 3, where he patched this Batman. And then because we had the patch Batman, he decided he was going to draw something behind him.
It was a building that's sort of fisheye lensed slightly.
Yeah.
Which I was not looking forward to either finding or creating that reference.
And it would be glass with some word
of course,
reflection.
and I would have to shoot myself in the head.
Right, exactly. So
I'd be
this
like,
is Neal's pen and ink of Batman. Again, it is a published Batman that was in his Batman Published Illustrated book. I believe it was number 3. I don't have the note of what story it was in or what panel it was, but if you're interested, I can find that out for you. It is a signed piece by Neal. We are selling this for $7,000 because it is a published piece by Neal. So it is done in the style of Neal's older work, older Neal Adams.
And I'm glad you like it, Biswati. We normally have been trying to do this because it also makes it possible to include YouTube on it. The hard part is I have been in a mortal battle with the camera that we use to do this and have yet to conquer this flipping camera. So it is why we don't use it all the time. Because it vexes me. I am vexed.
Okay. So here is Snap.
Snap.
So that means we lost Pop.
Pop. Yep.
Somebody owns Pop. Because I've shown Crackle and Snap. So Snap is $250. This is a pen and ink of Snap by Neal. Actually, what Benjamin bought was one of the pieces that was from the ESPN 100 Top Athletes of the Century printed piece. So Snap is $250 by Neal. It will get a certificate of authenticity that would go along with it. I want to go to my green book. So basically, DC sent me 12 of these Green Lantern, Green Arrow,
Hard traveling
heroes. This is the omnibus. It also has Mike Grell in it. It has Alex Saviuk. I sat next to a really nice man. I sat next to him at last year's New York Comic Con. He is the nicest guy in the world. And sitting next to Alex was like it was like being next to Dad in a weird way. He has very similar drawing habity, sitting very similar to So actually, whereas last year
It's
was
an interesting way of saying it.
it
but
was a
okay.
little sad not having Dad and being at New York Comic Con, but he was kind of like to the side of my eyes, a substitute
a
dad,
surrogate.
dad for the convention. He was not aware of that at all. So please do not tell him I said that. But in any case, he's also in here, which also made me very happy. My girl is obviously in here. There's my girl on the cover. So this is the omnibus of hard traveling heroes. So it has Neal and Denny together are slightly less than half the book. And the other half of the book is other people who have worked on hard traveling heroes through history with Neal Adams and Denny. And we came up with this cool package that we've made where you get a bookmark, you get green tea, you get green Post-its, you get green
highlighter.
There's green little posty sticker things.
And a green mask.
And you get a Hal Jordan green mask. So we're selling, it's a retail book for $125. I'm selling my 12 copies each, $100. And you get all this cool stuff. And you get the Zeea Neal Adams little card with it. So it's a cute little package that we put together for a nice cold winter day. Unfortunately, I found out the book isn't coming out supposedly till November 5th. We are taking pre-orders because I only have 12 of these. We're going to make 12 of these little packages of cool stuff with the Hard Traveling Hero book. And like I said, if you'd like to do a pre-order, we're selling ours for $100. It retails for $125. Normally, you can look it up on Amazon. It is there. And it comes with green tea. There's my selling of the day, green tea, guys.
And we forgot the chuckles.
So and we forgot the chuckles. We're going to be
adding chuckles to it.
Randy reminded me I have to get chuckles. So, which was on my list, and I forgot the chuckles. You don't have gangrene on your foot.
You better not.
You better not. So, otherwise, call me.
Okay, Jamie Lark would like to claim a Hard Traveling Heroes package.
Okay, Jamie Lark.
So Jamie, since you have joined us a little bit late, just so you know, we won't be able to ship until later on in the month because we cannot have our packages get to our buyers before the book is actually out in stores.
Right, so I will probably ship it in a week and a half.
Yeah. But thank you, Jamie, and nice to see you.
Right, so Jamie, if you can direct message us that you're claiming one of the Hard Traveling Heroes, I'm going to put you down for one. So now I am down to 11 of them. And it's a cute little package. Enjoy it. We enjoyed making it.
You are most welcome, Jamie.
And Jamie gets a little bomb. Are we out for a little bomb?
Actually, since it's Jamie, and Jamie was my first chicken.
Oh, Jamie's your first chicken.
Jamie was my first chicken. I will be sending within her package.
They're a lot of fun. They're put together by my and Zea's little hands.
That is true. I will add a couple of chicken postcards to her package.
And
woo-hoo!
Thank you for your buy. And it is fun.
Because I don't think Jamie has seen the Christmas and New Year's chickens.
Whoops. Oh no. They're coming soon. That's right around the corner. Speaking of Zeea stuff, we'll do some Zeea stuff. Zeea, we're going to do some Zeea stuff.
Okay.
All right? Okay, so I'm going to go with your new one. So Zeea made...
Oh, she said I got a better frame for the chicken.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks for the cheap postcards. I have not seen. Yes, they're very cute. Especially in New Year's, it's all dolled up and everything.
There we go.
Okay, so this is my little Princess Leia voodoo doll. She's got her light pin and is ready to do battle. Let me get that lightened up a little bit. It's a little dark. I have not come up with a price for her.
But you knew what you were doing.
And she's going for 150.
And what's her size?
She is 9x8, I think. And yeah, I did her at a convention, and it was in my little sketchbook. And so I took her home and colored her up and put a little airbrushing so her lightsaber glows and all that.
And the
fun
best
stuff.
part
And
is she has a button bun.
button buns, yes, she has button
I
buns.
love her button buns. She is one of Zea's voodoo dolls, obviously Princess Leia from Star Wars. She has little button buns. Her needle is obviously the lightsaber. And she's ready for battle. Where she is 150.
150.
150. It is signed by Zeea, and the size of this is,
I believe it's 8x9.
8x9. And she's really adorable, and she can be purchased. So once again, Princess Leia by Zeea, part of her voodoo doll. And like I said, she used airbrush on the needle lightsaber. It's glowing to the side of her head. If you look closely at her head, you'll see that she's got button buns.
Voodoo booty doll. She does have a cute little booty. I will give her that.
She is adorable. She is $150 to buy.
Thank you, Felix.
What did Felix say?
He says this is too cute.
It is too cute. So this is one of Zea's new ones.
She looks so cute when she's angry. Did you guys freeze? I don't think so.
No, is it cold outside?
No, it's the camera. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit and you tell me if it moved. Yeah, no, I'm not frozen.
Yeah, I'm not frozen either.
So if you froze, you may have to come out and come back in again. Although if you
may
froze,
have to
you
heat
won't be
up
able to
and
hear
come
me.
back.
Yeah.
So this is one of Zea's pieces.
And speaking of booty, we have a cute little Ash to show you.
I'll put her over here. All right.
This is my cute little Ash. Now this one is done on canvas rather than paper. He is 8x8. And he is also going for $150. This is painted acrylic paint on an 8x8 wood framed canvas. And he is my cute little Ash from Evil Dead.
So Evil Dead, guys. She's warming up for Halloween.
Right.
You know, last year she killed me with a knife. This year it may be a buzzsaw.
Actually, in truth, I am starting to gear up for Christmas already. So if there's anything Halloween that you want me to do, now's the time to speak because we're getting close.
Yep, and she's going on to Christmas because we're going to do Christmas shows.
That's right. And I have a couple of events coming up on weekends, one of which I can't talk about yet. But it's
This
cool.
is why she's talking about it. Okay.
Well, I can't say what it is, but I can say that there's an event coming up.
That was an accident. Okay, so these are two of Zea's pieces for tonight.
Christmas shows. What are you implying?
Yes, they are the Christmas show. I'm pulling in other family members into that one. So it probably will be a mess. I'm going to put these back up here, Z.
Yep.
Okay, and then also we have Jason Adams tonight. So you have to, do I move the statues? Is that what I have to do?
Yeah. Well, no, I can.
Can you get to them?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, great. All right. I may have to come around because I realize.
But you do have to read the little
I have to read their things.
things.
Oh my God, stiff. Oh. Okay, I will grab these and read them. Okay. So,
I'm just going to go a little bright on these guys just because one of the figures is kind of dark.
I actually just walked like Penguin from the Penguin show.
Aw.
I think the Penguin in the Penguin show is fantastic. I'm loving the show. I don't know about you guys.
Can I get this so you can see a little bit better?
Okay. The pumpkin makes it really work.
There you go.
I'll even throw in the pumpkin if somebody buys the Great Ape. So I'm going to start with Going Ape statue. So Going Ape is the first statue ever done based on Neal's art, sculpted by Jason Adams, which Jason Adams is our brother.
One of 3.
Jason did it originally as a model kit, but was able to work out a deal with Real Art Studios to do the painted statue. These have been in storage because the owner of Real Art Studios died, but Jason was eventually able to have them sent to him. Each was signed by both Neal and Jason when it was manufactured, so they have the signatures on the bottom. They say they're limited to 750, but only 500 were made. They're normally $300 to buy, but we are doing a sale tonight for $200. So this is, it's a tall statue. Give your measuring tape.
Okay, so its base is about 7 inches wide and it's about 9.5 inches tall.
Right. So this is based on Neal's Tarzan piece, The Great Ape, where Tarzan's on the back. It's a pencil drawing that a lot of you probably have seen or own. It has been in a number of books of Neal Adams art, sketchbooks, and stuff like that. This is hand-painted by Jason as well as being sculpted by Jason, but this is a hand-painted piece by Jason. So it's some ways kind of like a one-of-a-kind because you can't paint exactly every statue to be exactly the same.
That is correct.
They are $200 to buy. And this is one of them. And it is signed by Neal and Jason on the underside of the statue. So again, based on the ape, Going Ape, which is from Neal's Tarzan series of book covers that he did. There's one where Tarzan jumps on the back of a giant gorilla. So this is really nice statue. And like I said, it is sculpted by Jason, and it is also hand painted by Jason. And that makes each one of these.
Jason says it is not hand painted by me.
Oh.
Both statues were manufactured and painted at the factory.
Oh, I thought you actually painted these, James. Sorry about that, guys.
You see how well informed we are about each other's work.
Well, Jason does paint a lot of his
I know he
statues.
does.
So I thought they were hand painted by Jason. So it is $200 each for the Great Ape statue. Okay, now we're going to move on to the William Stout. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with William Stout. He is a great illustrator. He put out the Dinosaur book, which is a fantastic book. He also put out a series of drawings called Cutie Pies. So this is based on one of those Cutie Pie drawings. So this is William Stout, Dino Girl statue sculpted by Jason Adams. William Stout did a series of drawings called Cutie Pies. One of them is Dino Girl, which Real Art Studios licensed to produce as a statue and hired Jason to sculpt it. These are painted statues. They do not have Stout's signature, but Jason is happy to sign the base if you request. There are 20 available. The price is $100 to buy. So this is based on William Stout's artwork, whereas the other one was based on Neal's artwork. She's smaller. She's adorable.
Give me a sec. I'll give you
William
measurements.
Stout does fantastic dinosaurs and lizards and stuff like that. That's
All
what
right,
he's
so I'm going to
known.
measure nose to tip of tail on the lizard, mainly because that's the widest point. So that's about 6 inches from nose to tip of the tail, and it's about 7 inches tall.
Thank you, Happy Towers. So again, based on William Stout, she is part of the Cutie Pies, which is a series of drawings by Bill Stout. She's called Dino Girl. And if you want to see more of Jason's work, you can go to
SpydaCreations.com, which is SPYDA creations.com.
And if you're seeing this video after the fact and we're not on air, you can always direct message us or go to Jason's site, either one for the statues. And that is Jason's work for tonight. So I am going to do, mostly because I have this and I've never gotten them out because we always get tied up in other stuff. This is a commercial piece. Which way use the measuring?
Yeah.
I think this is on. This is a commercial that Neal did for Hefty Trash Bags, and it's based on another artist's style, and it's quite cute, and I love the dog on it. This is 8.5 by 11. This is Neal Adams putting out the trash for Hefty. This was a commercial job that we did for Hefty Trash Bags. It's done in a cartoon style, which I love. And I love that the dog is always part of it.
Actually, what's her name that raises those dogs?
Oh, Allison. Right.
We should get this for Allison.
This is Pen and Ink Neal. Q piece for $600. And we sold a couple of these when Neal was with us on the show. So there were a couple of more of these, which you can see Neal selling it. So $600 for this piece. For Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Very cute. And then the other piece is this piece. This was for New York Magazine. It is based on Mort Drucker. This was published. This is one of the beginning jobs of Kris's repping of the studio. Neal said this piece had a worth of $900, but he gave me a star price of $300. So if I start at $300, this is Pen and Ink Neal. This probably goes back to 1980, maybe 81 for New York Magazine. It is a spot illustration, pen and ink. It is signed by Neal at the bottom, very neatly. This is the neatest Neal Adams I've ever seen. It's a signature. So sometimes in pencil, he'll do it.
He was fresh.
Yes. So $300 would be the beginning bid price. And it was closed for, it was something like bonus week or something like that. But it is Neal Adams doing Mort Drucker. Neal loved when we brought in a job that he could do Mort Drucker or Jack Davis. If we brought in Jack Davis, that was like great, best job ever, because he loved both Mort Drucker and Jack Davis as artists. He loved imitating their work. And like I said, this is a pen and ink Neal for $300. It's a spot illustration for New York Magazine. Cool piece. Don't really want to sell it. It's okay. Thank you. And it is signed by Neal. All right. Okay, my last piece for the night, since we're at 9:20 on a holiday night for some people. Okay, I'm going to end with this piece, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin are 11 by 14. Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal at the bottom. For $3,000. This is part of the licensing book for Batman Forever, but it is not so stylized like the way Batman Forever was stylized. Gorgeous piece, pen and ink Neal. And now is the time, if any of you are thinking about...
Nope, not that. Sorry. Wrong! Dang it.
What you have, Happy Towers, is you have a lot of our storyboard and animatic work in the books that you have purchased. We had a different portfolio for finished illustration work that we did. And because we had reached the point where storyboards and animatics was really where we were, which happened more into like the 90s and the 2000s, our finished illustration portfolios, we had less of those than we had our storyboards and animatic portfolios. So this may be stuff that you may not, but recently, and I'm going to start posting some of our commercial published work that's done in in many different styles. So you can see some of that early work. So it was fun to go through the drawers and actually see jobs that, like, oh, right, I remember when I read that. I didn't know what I was doing. But I'm going to start posting that stuff because, I mean, this stuff will never, it's not stuff you would want to put in here's a Neal Adams art book, but it is fantastic work. So anyway, so this is my last piece for the night. So if there's anybody who wants to see something we showed, or if you caught us after the fact, we started with a lot of remarks on comic books earlier in the show. We showed the omnibus, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes omnibus.
Elfsweed is claiming Princess Leia. Thank you, Elfsweed.
Okay, Princess Leia is leaving us. She's really adorable.
So, Elfsweed, I'm going to say hi on Facebook so you can contact me and direct message me directly. That's me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was going to be sad that she wasn't going to go to a home.
I think a book called The Other Side of Neal Adams. Well, maybe. That's actually a good title. I'll have to work on that. Okay, I put his name on your Princess Leia. And we'll do a bomb.
Yay!
I'm going to do a bomb for that.
Yeah, absolutely, Brent. Absolutely. You can DM me anytime.
Okay, we had Jason's statues tonight.
260 for Sam anyhow. Yeah, Leia's showing a lot of leg there.
Actually, you guys should be happy Aaron White's not on, because that is a perfect Aaron White piece.
That is true.
So here we go for Princess Leia.
Yay!
Yay! So anyway, if there are pieces you see we're not on air, you can always direct message us. If you watched the show and there was something that bothered you tonight while you were sleeping, you can always direct message us. We're generally always around. We are going to be on Friday. I think we're going to start falling into our old slot again, just because people are not doing half-day Fridays anymore. Everybody's back in work. So we will be here this coming Friday. The following week, which I will remind everybody this Friday, and I will put up posts for it. The following week after this week, we're going to be on Tuesday and Thursday, right? Because of how the Jewish holidays are falling. And Zeea is also going out to a big Halloween party. Mm-hmm. So we're going to move into a Tuesday, Thursday next week, but we will be on this coming Friday. And I want to say thank you to everybody who purchased from us tonight.
Thank you,
always
guys.
A pleasure entertaining you guys and finding new pieces. We did put up earlier in the show the piece that Neal did that's based on a Jim Lee piece of Catwoman and Batman in the Rain, which was quite nice. And Greg just said, really nice show tonight. Appreciate all the little Neal story snippets mixed with all the pieces. Many wonderful pieces.
Greg is always our little cheerleader at the
I
end.
know. If it wasn't
telling
for
us we're
Greg, I
doing a
would
good
stop
job.
doing this months and years ago.
Thank you, Greg. We do appreciate that.
We
so
do
much.
appreciate, because some nights it's like deadly.
I know. Some nights are painful.
And Z and I are just like, nobody loves us anymore. We got everybody through COVID. Now they don't need us.
Right. For those of you who are familiar with my Ben Casey, Neal Adams pop art paintings, I'm very close to being done with a new one that's smaller. She's a blonde. She's my first blonde. And maybe I'll be able to show her on Friday. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Cool. That would be nice. Okay, guys, Z and I are going to pack it up. It's 9:30 on a school night. And like I said, the omnibuses, we only have 12. So if you're sitting on the edge, I wouldn't sit on the edge too long. I am going to hold it up for about a week, and then I will ship it out. We're selling it for $100. It retails for $125, and you get a cool Hal Jordan mask. So I will get it to you before Halloween. So if you want to wear your Hal Jordan
Or
mask,
you could consider it a Green Arrow mask as well.
okay,
It works for both of them.
Okay, I would be Green Arrow. I don't want to be Green Lantern. Hal Jordan was like stiff.
Well, yeah, and Hal Jordan got his ass handed to him by Green Arrow a few times. So
I remember when I told Mom and Dad that I wanted to be Black Canary for Halloween, and they went, absolutely not.
And you were how old?
I was like 9, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11.
Well, that was
somewhere in there, and they were like, nope.
That was one of the 2 reasons I was not allowed to be Storm at about that age.
Okay.
So don't
I
feel
thought
too
she
bad.
was cool. She kicked butt. She wore heels.
I know. I
And
hear
Kris Adams like magnet. All right, guys. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you again for coming. It was fun playing with you guys. Thank you for buying from us, and we will see you on Friday night, probably starting at 7
Awesome.
on Friday. Okay?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.